welcome back. So I got some new eyeshadow and I thought that I would share what I got with you. A while ago I ordered the new Adept palette. It does not have a name, but it was inspired by the show Arrow. Never watched it, don't know anything about it, but I was intrigued by the color story. So let me show that to you. Now, I'm not going to use this one today. I'm going to use this other one that I got. And it is the La Cienega palette. And I am so excited about this palette because all of the names are names of streets and areas that I'm super familiar with because it's all based on LA. So there's Hawthorne, Inglewood, the 405, El Segundo, Wilshire, Sepulveda, Baldwin Hills, Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach, Santa Monica, like all of these things that are home to me, and so I really want to use this palette. I also feel like it's giving very much like February Valentine's, Galentine's, Palentine's, Single Awareness Day vibes, so I figured that I would just use this. So another thing that came, it was like a mystery bag. You get 8 liquid liners. Here they are. I'll be sure to use at least one of them. They are pretty similar in shade. One thing I don't necessarily like is you can't tell the color from the packaging, like they're exactly the same. There are some names on them, but that is kind of annoying, and there's no way on God's green earth I'm gonna go through all of these liners in a reasonable amount of time, but they do remind me of the Danessa Myricks like multi-chrome liners that are pencils, except these are liquid, obviously. So I will be sure to try to have a swatch of these in here somewhere at some point. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some eye primer. This is the Colored Rain paint base, and this one is in the shade Wheat. I believe that is the deepest shade. So I'm going to take a bit of that and put it on both eyes, and then use a brush to blend it out. The other thing I was thinking with the name La Cienega, did you ever watch The Proud Family? Do you remember that show? And the one girl was named La Cienega Boulevardes. That's not funny to anybody else? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this shade here, Lennox. It's pretty pigmented. Now, a lot of people don't necessarily like the mattes in Adept palettes. This seems to be doing pretty well, though, in terms of performance. It's blending out relatively easily. Now I'm going to go into the 405. Man, when I tell you, I'm always on the 405 when I'm home in LA. Like, always. And I used to take the 405 to college, like when I would come home from college for a bit. It was 405. And that freeway is always crowded. But for some reason, I really do think the traffic out here in the DC area is worse. I don't know why. That could just be because I'm biased towards California or LA in particular, but like, I feel like the traffic out here, there's no rhyme or reason for it. Like, there will be a napkin in the middle of the highway, the beltway, whatever they call it out here, and the whole city shuts down. And I'm like, I don't get it. Like, why don't y'all go around? Why are we sitting here? Ooh, it gets like, it raises my blood pressure. Now I'm going to go into the 105. Now, that's not one that I took a lot. It's a little surprising that there are so many mattes in this palette, especially for a brand that isn't necessarily known for their mattes. But I guess they were like, we want to do something different. And I'm gonna go into Inglewood. Yes. Y'all, my sisters used to live in Inglewood. And that's where Tyra Banks is from, buddy. I feel like this could be like an everyday palette. It's kind of got some neutrals in there, very wearable colors for most skin tones. You've got some lighter shades, some deeper shades, and then you've got this row of shimmers down here. So I'm going to take one of these. I think I'm going to take this one here. What's that one? That's Santa Monica Boulevard. Ciao. Yes. Just gonna, ooh, yes, yeah. Ooh, hi. Hello. We would often go to the Santa Monica Pier for like dinner and stuff. That's super cute, right? Y'all, I'm all bundled up today. It's not even that cold, but this is just one of my like comfy coats, I guess, that I wear around the house sometimes. I'm one of those crazy Caribbean people. I have the window open like year round. That's cute. That's cute. Now let's go. Ooh, which one? Okay, I'm gonna have to go into Baldwin Hills, y'all. I gotta go into Baldwin Hills because when I tell you, I was just talking to my friend the other day and we were talking about the cinnamon roll place at the Baldwin Hills Mall. The Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza. Ciao. Ooh, that was the mall I was always at. Actually, I wasn't always at it. It's the closest one though. So it was the main one that I was at. But I wasn't really out and about when I was younger. I was too busy doing homework, y'all. And playing the steel drums. Have I said that before? Yes, I do play the steel drums. I am a professional musician. Okay, a little bit of fallout. I think. Got it. Oh, yes. Yes! Okay, what other shade do I want to use? I think I'll use this one. It says Del Air, but I think, is that supposed to be Bel Air? Because I don't know no Del Air. I could be wrong, but is that a misprint? I know Rose is probably downstairs going crazy, staring out the window. Okay, that's really cute. What I want to do is let me swatch all of these liners and see which one is going to be good for the look. So I will be right. So here are all of the liners. You could see that some of them do have like a multi-chrome, duochrome finish to them. They seem to be drying down pretty quickly. They do have a bit of a scent. Can't really tell what it is. I smell chocolate. I don't know if it really is chocolate. It's scented or something though. That's just what I smell. So you can't rely on me for that, but there is a bit of a scent. Now I put a couple of these aside and now I don't remember which ones. You know what I'll probably do is I'll probably take a bit of it and put it on the bottom of each one just so that I can kind of mark what they are. So that's something you can think about when you have like packaging that is all the same. If you can, if it's some sort of liquid or something, you can just put a little bit on the bottom or on the side or whatever, and that'll help you to easily identify what product it is. That's my tip from me to you. Now, is this the one? Let's try this one. So you can see it has this like brush tip. So let's try it. I don't know if this one is gonna show up well or not with this look. There we go. I don't really use colored eyeliner. I tend to stick with black or brown. So this is new for me. Like, is this how you're supposed to do it? I don't know if you can see it, but it looks pretty cool. Right? I act like I can hear what you're saying. Okay, I will say that I find this like brush tip harder to use than the other liquid liners I tend to use. But I think that's just user error. So there is that. Now there is a black one, and I kind of want to go over this with black. And don't know why, I just do. I'm more comfortable with the black one. So I'm just going to do a little bit of the black just to kind of outline it a little. Like I really don't know what I'm doing, guys. Okay. Whew. So I feel like that was harder than like my other liners. Where is one? Oh, here's one. I think this is a Sephora one. This is a felt tip liner, and I just find this to be a little easier for me than the brush tip, I guess. I mean, I do have one of these. I have this one from Marc Jacobs, but I think because like the wand is longer, maybe that makes it easier, because I find this one actually pretty easy to use. So, I mean, the difference, there's a stark difference in terms of the length. So yeah, I think if you're not a liner aficionado, I don't know if you will like the liners, but let me go ahead and do some mascara and then I will come back and finish everything up. So this is the finished look with the palette from Adept named La Cienega. Now, this is definitely a nostalgia purchase for me. Like, this is not a palette that I need at all. I think that I could get the look that I have very pretty. I think I can get that with some other palettes, even with some of my Adept palettes, honestly. But I am really glad to have it. I don't know if you've ever gotten anything where it's like, it's just the nostalgia and the feelings it brings to you when you just open the palette or look at it. So I'm excited to have this palette. Now, the liners, there are 8 of them. I can definitely see myself using these, but I think I'll have to make it a point to use them, to remember that I have them, because I tend to stick just with my black liner or a brown liner. But I think it could be fun to incorporate some of these into some of my more colorful looks. I wonder too how it would be to use these just like all over the lid, or just have a look where it's just the liner, especially because they're like monochromatic. I just think they're pretty cool and bring a little something different to the look than just a regular old black liner. I will be sure to use the other palette, the Arrow inspired palette. I will make sure to use this in another video. It looks like the same lovely quality of shimmers in the palette as in the other Adept palettes, and it's almost like the flip version of the La Cienega palette, as this has 10 shimmers and 5 mattes, while the La Cienega has 10 mattes and 5 shimmers. So there is that. Sorry, the lights are like getting in the way. I think that is it. The only other things I have coming are my 2 new shades of the Danessa Meyer Exploring Balm Flushed, and then I also bought some of her nude color fix because I want to try them as like spot concealer or even foundation. So once those get here, I'll be sure to use those too. This is just a super chill get ready with me kind of video, so hopefully there was something helpful in there. And I hope that you are continuing to take care of yourself. Be sure to like the video, and please also be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.